Welcome back to the series on modeling the Red Dead Redemption Sheriff's Office. And I've done a little bit more work, so I wanted to show you what I've done. You remember in one of the previous videos we had done that roof. So I've now done the top roof here, and I've got a piece of metal here. It's all simple to do, so I won't go through that. I've added these posts. They're just bits of this thing scaled down, sticking out on the sides. Might move them up a little bit, but anyhow, that's where they are at. And made a change to the windows. I'm going to talk to you about that in a second. And the door, and I decided I wanted to go with a green door. So I'm going to show you how I did that. And the glass is different. That's what I wanted to tell you right now. So if we come over here to the other window, this is how I had it before. And what I've done is I have created this window glass. It's just a base color in Substance Painter, and it's got some dirt around it. And I am providing that along with the other materials, and including this green door material here on the Discord. And so if you come over to the Discord, the Zero Bio Discord, under the text channels, there's Blender materials, and you scroll down a little ways, you'll find these were the textures that we were initially using, the wood and the metal. And now I've also added the green door sort of wood-like material and the glass. So you can download those if you come to the Discord, and the link is in the description. All right, so what I wanted to just show you was just these things here. If I come into the glass, all right, take the glass. If I go over to UV editing and find that, you make sure that's unwrapped. It's unwrapped here. All right, so what I'm going to do is, and it's all joined together so you get all this other stuff. I'm just going to come over to the shading tab, and so this is my material. What I'm going to do is select that and go Control T as usual. Let's maximize that. That brings up all this stuff, and I'm going to open that glass texture there. And I've got the metallic set all the way. I've just got the same values as I had before, but that gives us that. Now if we go to the UV editing, and you can let's make sure the glass is there. If I was to just focus on that, which maybe I can't, maybe what I'll do is I'll take these and I'll just break them out for now so I can just focus just on that. All right, yeah. Shift H is what I really wanted. Shift H, there they are. So, you know, you can move this around. So if I had it there, you can see what that does. Just move them into the position that you want and scale them as you want. If you scale them smaller, you get less of that dirt. Scale them bigger, I'll show you, you get more of that dirt. So I figure, you know, you don't want too much. You just want sort of a hint of it around the edges, so that it looks something like that. So I've done that because this window is instanced in all these cases. They all have it. And I did the same down here with the door. All right, and I'll talk to you about making the door. And so, I mean, I'm hoping I'm going to like that effect, and we'll see. But that's what it's looking like right now. You know, without really having any lights, it's a little hard to tell if I'm going to like that. So I'm going to get rid of this. I don't need that anymore. And what I want to do now is I want to place that door back here, and I've left this walkway, which is not going to be the exact size. I'm going to have it wider here, but it's probably at the approximate height. Oh, and one other thing I do want to talk to you about before I look at the door is the fact that I've cut into this. All right, I made my cuts in order to recess these back in, you know, because this stuff would sit into the texture. So I just, you know, this is just a simple plane, so I just add loop cuts in here for all of those things. All right, you can see the outlines there. I did the same on this side, and this one is, you can't really see, but it's there. And I don't have anything on this side yet. I have work to do. And what I want to do is I want to bring that door back, and maybe a window or something. I'm not sure what the back of this looks like, so I'm thinking I'm going to put a door here maybe a window here, and then we'll start in the next video, I guess, we'll start building up the what I'm calling the walkway. Okay, so I'm going to, I can delete that, and I'm going to get started by taking the door. I said I was going to show you how to model that, so we'll just do that. We'll just take it first, and I'll select it, and I'm going to duplicate it, pull it back. I'm going to rotate Z 180 degrees so it's facing outwards, but I'm going to put that into a new collection. I'm going to call that door 2. And I'm going to kind of push it into place roughly, and then I'm going to slide it up and have it about there. I may have a little bit of a wooden step underneath it. So let me just think of where I want to have that. Let's say I do something like that and do a window up there, and that's it, and hopefully it'll look kind of like the real thing. All right, so to do that, I'm going to press Control-1 to look from the back and select this piece. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the knife tool. All right, so I'm going to press K, and I'm sort of trying to line up with the frame, and so I'm going to click, press A, and come down. It's really just the door that needs to be recessed. Going to come down to the bottom, click, and spacebar, and then I'm going to do that again. So we're looking at this. Press A, and come down, and hopefully those are on the frame, and I got enough room to get the door in, because I don't really want to move these. I don't want to select them and start moving. Now you see the texture stretches, so you kind of just do it, either get it or you don't. All right, so this one, I'm going to be about here. Let's try that. Across to the other side. And then here. And I'm going to do this around there. I may put a piece of wood, like I said, in front, so that part's not that important. All right, so now I can select that face there, X faces, so there I can see the door now. All right, and so now I'm going to grab door 2. Let's just pull it up here, get organized. I'm going to select it and just push it in and think about how far in I want it. The door goes in past where the texture would be, so it's all working. And if there's anything weird down there, I'll just put a piece of wood. So let me just look at this one and see how far it comes out. About there. And that's probably fine. So good. We've got a door in there, and it's the same style. Let's go ahead and do a window. Maybe we'll just take one of these windows, the instanced windows, and see if I can do it at the same level, see if that works. So Shift-D to duplicate, pull. I'm going to rotate Z. I think it's -90. Yes, it is. Slide that over. Not sure I want it at the same level. I'll just put it there. I don't know. I hadn't thought about that. I think I will, though. I think it'll just probably look best. So what do you say we do it about there? Okay, it's about even on both sides. Okay. So Control-1, same deal. Select this. Go into edit mode. K for the knife tool. I want to zoom in a little bit more. I'll go across here. And I'll come down to, let's see, maybe around there. Press A to come straight to the other side. There, did I get one? Yes, I did. Okay. And down to here. Yeah, okay, that's all right. Now this one, good. And this one. Okay, let's see how that works. Okay, how far? I seem to have those in a little further, so I'll just push that one in a little further. And looks like it has worked. I'm going to save that. Let's deselect. All right, I think it's coming along okay. I don't know that I'm going to do stuff down there because we'll be here all year long. All right, so let's just finish off this video, because in the next video I'm going to be working on the walkway, and then maybe I'll do like a little lantern or oil lamp or something, and maybe I'll do a little bit of vegetation around it. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll have some text. Of course I have to do the jail cell. I may, like I say, go on and do some of that on my own. So briefly about the door, it's very simple to do the door. Let's just find a spot where we can do this. Let's just see. Let's just do it out here. Okay, so let's bring in a plane. I'll just drag it out here. Rotate X 90. Actually, yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm going to scale this in the X, and it might be a slightly different size than this door. All right, so for the door frame, first of all, let's go just drag an edge loop up. I want a bigger piece up there. Control R, Control B, and hold Shift and split. Something like that. Then I can get rid of, I can actually keep this piece for the door. So I'm just going to P break it out and take that and just hide it. And we'll come over here, and I want to create separate pieces. I'm going to select both of those edges, X, dissolve edges. So now I have that. Now I can easily just go P and break them out, but I think what I'll do, yeah, let's do that. P, break it out, and those are separate now too. So I'm going to take both of those, and let's focus on that. And I'll just extrude back and get rid of the back faces. All right, that's a separate piece. And what I'll do is I'll come over here and I'll add a bevel, but it's going to be very small. I'm going to go for 0.002 or 3. And if I try this, you might be able to see a little bit better. I think things are flipped though. So there we go. All right, so that's what we get, and I'll take this or this, and then I'll select that last and Control L, copy modifiers. I might actually have wanted to go up to 0.003, and I think I do. Okay, so then that's how you make the frame, and then I would just apply the bevel and unwrap it and put the texture on. And for the door itself, let's see, for this one, let me just think about that. Let's hide this stuff and just look at the door. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to slide an edge loop up near the top to make that part. I want a bigger piece down at the bottom, so a little bit more. And I'm going to do the split to maybe there or something. Maybe I'll take the whole thing and scale it out. I would maybe have to scale the frame out a bit and drop another one there. Split it like this. But I want the window up top to be a bit bigger than the bottom piece there. So we have that, right? So now, really the way that I did this is I then said, okay, I'm going to break that piece off, and that's going to be glass, so I'm going to hide that. And I just said I'm going to just take the rest of it and extrude it back, you know, however thick you want to. Get rid of the back faces, and then just take this face and just extrude it in a little bit. Okay, not too much. Might be too much. Alt-N, recalculate outside, and then add that bevel as well, the same kind of one. Or you could try a different amount. Okay, bring that stuff back. Maybe I will scale the door a little smaller than just to fit again. Maybe that's fine. I'm just holding Shift as I do that, and I'll take that piece. That's the glass. I don't want the glass to, oh, I didn't need to extrude it. I might just need to pull it in a bit. It might be flipped or whatever, but that, I mean, that's basically how I would do it. Just take this whole thing though, push it back in the frame. Right, so that's what you have there. And then the doorknob. Now the only thing is I do think I need a bit more room here, so what I'm going to do is I'll take both of those and look from the front, go into wireframe, and I think I'll do this in vertex. Box select here, box select here. I guess that gets, I get everything pretty much. I'll just do these ones, those ones, and those ones, and scale in the X, and make it a little bit narrower in here, and a bit more room here. In fact, if you look at my frame, it's not quite as thick here, so we're going to do some work on this as well, and then I may have to change the door. So some tweaking, scale in the X, just going to make them like that, and I'll come back to my door in wireframe, box select here and here, scale in the X. And really, because this door is not going to open, you could actually delete these faces on the side and on the top and everywhere. But let's say you had that, okay? This one is just the indentation in the wood. And I really like to pull that out and just have it ever so slight. You can't really see the difference because this is glass, so it just looks like a weird rectangle. And then I would come in here and select this piece here, Shift D to duplicate. I'll just pull it out, P to break it out, and we'll look at that, and I'm going to scale it down and scale it in the X, something like that, and maybe make it a little bit off so it's not right in the middle. Alright, so I've got that, and then I'm going to drop an edge loop there, Control B, pull till you have something like that. And then in one vertex selection, select all 4 of these and scale them in the Z. So you get this shape. You can scale them in the X and bring them in if you want that kind of thing. I'm going to extrude back and X faces and flip it and bring that in. You can, if you want, you can take that and scale it out to give that kind of effect. Oops. That's what you're going for. I'll just push that on. I'll shade smooth. This would probably need weighted normal, unless you add more geometry to it and that. Okay, so we got that piece there. I think maybe I want to adjust this. I don't really have to do this. I'm just showing you how to do it. So I just feel like maybe it's got to be a bit higher, and maybe I could even make that a bit more like that, and then that I could pull up a bit. Okay, Shift S, cursor to selected, bring my 3D cursor there, and then I'm going to bring in a UV sphere and make it 16 by 16. That's 15, so 16. Scale it down. Rotate X 90. I'll look from the side, and I am going to actually, no, I'm not going to do that. All right, now I'm going to select this vertex and Control plus 2 times. So I've got all that selected, X vertices. So I'm left with this. Go into Edge Selection, Shift Alt and click E and S. Bring it in a little bit like that. In fact, I'm going to scale it in the Y to do that kind of shape. Select that edge, E to extrude, pull it out to maybe about there. E and S, pull out just a little bit. E and just bring it back. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Then at this point, I'm just going to bevel, so I'm going to Shift Alt and click, Control B and pull, and I can go with the 2. Usually I would put 3. Sometimes I even put 5, but in this case, I'm just going to do that. If I shade smooth, that's what it looks like. Make sure it's recalculated the right way. And then I'm going to rotate it. Rotate X 180 to flip it backwards so I can push it in. And then we'll check out the size of that doorknob. Just do something like that. And yeah, that's basically it. Just get it to the position that you want it. And that's how I did the door. So that is what we have so far, and like I say, we will get to the walkway and the jail cell. Okay, so we're moving along in the project. Thank you very much for coming by and watching this. And if you want, go ahead and grab all the textures. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Take care.